Hey, auditors and future auditors. I'm Jess, and welcome back to Audit ABCs with Jess, where we make auditing simple, one standard at a time. Today's question is one I get all the time. What's the difference between an audit, an assurance engagement, and a review? They sound similar, right? But they're actually quite different. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to explain the difference clearly and confidently. Let's start with the big picture. Imagine this. Assurance is the umbrella. Under that umbrella, we have audits, reviews, and other types of engagements. Assurance simply means we're giving users confidence in information, usually prepared by someone else. For example, management prepares the financial statements, and an auditor provides independent assurance that those statements are reliable. So remember, all audits and reviews are assurance engagements, but not all assurance engagements are audits or reviews. All right, let's zoom in on audits. An audit provides reasonable assurance. That's the highest level of assurance we can give. That means the auditor examines the financial statements, tests transactions, reviews internal controls, and evaluates accounting estimates. We use international standards on auditing, ISAEs, to guide us. The result is a positive opinion. You'll see wording like, in our opinion, the financial statements are fairly presented. Think of it like a full-body medical checkup. The doctor doesn't just ask questions, they do lab tests, blood work, the whole thing. That's an audit. Now let's talk about reviews. A review gives a limited assurance, so a lower level of confidence than an audit. Instead of deep testing, the auditor mainly asks questions and performs simple trend analysis. We follow ISRE 2400 for review engagements. And the opinion? It's negative assurance. It usually says, nothing has come to our attention that suggests the financial statements are not correct. It's like a quick doctor visit. The doctor checks your vitals and asks how you feel, but doesn't run full lab tests. Still useful, just not as detailed. Therefore, he can say, based on his observation, that nothing has come to his attention to be concerned about. However, for more assurance, full lab tests will need to be conducted. Now let's go back to that umbrella. Assurance. Both audits and reviews fall under assurance, but assurance can cover more than just financial statements. For example, assurance on sustainability reports, assurance over internal controls, or even assurance on non-financial KPIs. These engagements are guided by ISAE 3000 or other specialized standards and can relate to financial and non-financial information. Let's do a quick recap with a comparison table. If we compare audits, reviews, and assurance in terms of these four features below, it basically looks like this. Level of assurance. It is high for audits, limited for reviews, and varies for other assurance engagements depending on the engagement. Work done. Audits require detailed testing and more procedures to be performed, whereas reviews only requires observation, inquiries, and analytical trend analysis. Work done to provide assurance may differ for other types of engagements, depending on the type of engagement. Type of opinion. It is crucial to remember that audits provide a positive opinion, whereas reviews provide a negative opinion. Remember the examples above? Other types of assurance engagements may provide a positive or a negative opinion. This again is based on the type of engagement and what is required. Standards used. Audits use international standards on auditing, where reviews is performed in terms of international standard on review engagements. Other assurance engagements are performed in terms of international standard on assurance engagements or others. So, high confidence, go with an audit. Lower confidence, quicker, less costly, that's a review. And assurance covers both and even more. Here's a real-world example. Let's say you're an investor looking at a company's financial statements. If they've had an audit, you can feel pretty confident. If it's a review, you still have some comfort, but it's not as thorough. If it's another assurance report, like on sustainability, it gives confidence in non-financial areas. So different levels of trust, depending on what you need. So, for a quick recap, Assurance is when an auditor checks information, like financial statements, and provides a professional opinion on whether that information is reliable and trustworthy. It helps users, like investors, lenders, or the public, feel more confident that the information they're relying on is true and fair. Audits and reviews are two main types of engagements that are conducted to provide such assurance. In summary, audit, high assurance and detailed work. Review, lower assurance and limited work. Assurance, all engagements that build confidence. So there you have it, audit versus review versus assurance, demystified. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe for more simplified audit content, and drop a comment. What other audit terms would you like me to explain simply and easily? Until next time, I'm Jess, and this was Audit ABCs with Jess.